For a long time, wrestling fans have been yearning for a new promotion to compete with WWE, and after nearly a decade of dealing with the PG era, AEW hit the scene. This promotion was edgier, more focused on technical wrestling ability, and most importantly, wasn't afraid to take risks. At first, this was a great thing, but over time, things have changed. AEW seems to be in a weird limbo state. The wrestling is still incredible, they're signing top tier talent, but they still feel like WWE's baby brother. In my opinion, it's because they're trying too hard to separate themselves from WWE. Remember when Cody Rhodes destroyed a throne to symbolize the separation of AEW and WWE? It was cool then because it was new and shocking, but it also worked because of the artistic expression. You know what's not artistic and completely worthless? Calling your biggest competitor the Harvey Weinstein of wrestling on live TV. You had the chance to showcase your business to hundreds of thousands of people and you fumbled. Sure, you had a viral moment, but you looked like a fucking moron in the process. Speaking of viral moments that make you look stupid, does anybody really care about the extreme spots in AEW anymore? How can you watch Jon Moxley take wooden spikes to the head and not realize it's the dumbest shit you've ever seen? But that's just the tip of the iceberg with dumb spots in AEW. Hey Tony, I want to retire. Getting one last pay-per-view match would let me leave happily. Sure, Sting. Darby Allin's gonna try to kill himself though. Pardon me. Yeah, nobody's gonna give a shit about your last match. They'll only talk about this one spot. Sir, I don't... And it's gonna look really stupid. The guy getting out of the way won't even look stunned and they'll kind of just awkwardly stand in front of the glass. Maybe we could skip this spot? Nah, man, we gotta shower the fans in glass. The fans want to be cut by flying shards of glass. See what I mean? There's no story reason to do this. It's just cheap shock value as an attempt to trend on Twitter. But Kanani, what about WWE's extreme moments? I don't like comparing these companies because they both have great things to offer. However, WWE does a much better job at making hardcore moments feel like they mean something. Just look at The Rock's constant ass beating of Cody Rhodes leading up to WrestleMania 40. Sure, nobody's jumping from 20 feet in the air, breaking light tubes over someone's head, but these moments made me feel genuinely bad for Cody. When The Rock and Roman Reigns whipped Cody and Seth Rollins, they were genuinely feeling searing pain, and it was all just to add a wrinkle in the plot. Even WWE moments where flaming tables are involved are really great. Just look at Edge versus Mick Foley at WrestleMania. Edge blamed Foley for his loss against John Cena where Foley acted as a special guest referee. Edge obviously wanted revenge, so he challenged Foley to a match, but Foley being Foley, he wanted a hardcore match. This did two things. It made Edge step on Foley's turf, and it gave Foley a WrestleMania moment. Now, if Edge was spearing Mick Foley through flaming tables every other week, it wouldn't feel special, would it? The way that AEW treats hardcore moments is basically the way that indie promotions treat hardcore moments. Just fuck it, throw it all out there. We gotta get noticed. And you know what? I think indie promotions do it better a lot of the time. Even in a match that's so animalistic and just fucking gross that I can't sit through it, like Necro Butcher and Samoa Joe. That one had a story to it, and there was a reason why Samoa Joe was so mad in kayfabe. Sure, during the match they were mentioning WWE, but they're allowed to do that because they're an indie promotion. You do these nothing spots all the time and mention WWE, you look small time. And honestly, Tony Khan has no one to blame for that but himself. You know who else looked cool and rebellious before getting insufferable? WCW. They got so cocky that they announced that The Rock and Mick Foley were fighting for the WWF Championship on the other channel. Listen, I can understand using the WWE and referencing it all the time just to separate yourself at the very beginning. But once you make it past a certain point, you can't do that anymore. You end up looking pathetic, and it just confirms subconscious biases in people's heads. You are a firm number 2 to WWE, and you will always be there if you won't stop dick riding.